Hey guys, it's Kyle here from Bearded Man Music. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about your different options when it comes to the backing tracks for your band. When most bands start out using backing tracks, they use 2-track backing tracks. But there are more options than just using 2 tracks. You can use 4 or 6 or even more. So let's roll that logo and let's get into it. To start, we're going to talk about a couple of the tracks that you're going to have involved in your backing tracks, just so we get an understanding and we can be on the same page. First off, you're going to have a click track. Now, a click track is the track that is sent to the drummer, so the drummer can stay in time with the backing tracks, which helps the rest of the band stay in time with the tracks as well. Next, you may have a guide track. Now, a guide track is a track where you'll have some vocals, and they might say something like verse 2, 3, 4. Chorus 2, 3, 4. This is for all the musicians in the band so that they know where in the song they're up to or what section of the song is about to come up. So what's the makeup when you're talking a 2-track backing track? Typically a 2-track backing track will be one stereo track ran left and right out separately to the mixer. What you will typically do is in your left track you will run the click. This helps you break it out and only send the click to the drummer. In your right channel you'll send that to front of house, to monitors, to in-ear units, so the rest of the band can hear what's going on within the backing track. So the audience can hear the backing track without hearing the click. The best way to do this is to use a 3.5mm jack out of your laptop, phone or tablet device and have it split off in a Y and go into a left and right input on the mixer. This will make it super easy for you to split these 2 signals and send them where they need to go. When we want to start planning using more tracks and sending more tracks to the mixer so you have a bigger breakup of your backing tracks, making it easier for you to control them in a live setting, the next step would be to move to a 4-track backing track. The breakdown on this would be track number 1 will be your click, track number 2 will be your guide, and then you'll have a left and right sum of everything else. It's important to note here that with lower track counts, you're going to need to have a solid mix of your entire instrument lineup within your DAW, because you're not going to be breaking it down and having full control over each individual instrument live. You need to make sure that the mix is spot on within the DAW. This includes the 2-track backing track. For 6 backing tracks, the way you're going to split them down is you're going to keep that track number 1 as your click, your track number 2 as your guide, but now you're going to separate out instruments a little bit more and have 2 sets of stereo sends. So track 3 and 4 are going to be left and right percussion and drum. 5 and 6 are going to be left and right everything else. As you go through and you start to decide, no, we're going to add more tracks than 6, we're going to go to 8, or we're going to go to 10, or like my band, we're going to go to 14 tracks. You start breaking out everything a little bit more. You start pulling away the keys and the synths and sending them together. You start breaking out the horns and the strings and sending them together in a left-right channel. Any guitar parts will be their own. I've made a PDF document that's now available for download on my website, and I'm going to add the link in the description down below to give you an overview on what I suggest you use each channel for, depending on how many channels you want to use. Click on the link in the description down below to download that PDF document. I wanted to keep this video nice and short today because I didn't want to overwhelm you, but I wanted to get you to start thinking about how you're going to be using your backing tracks, how many tracks you're going to be using, and how you're going to start sending them out to your front of house speakers and start using them in the live setting. In my next video, I'm going to go over DAWs and which ones to choose. I use Ableton Live because I go into a lot more depth in what Ableton is controlling in my live environment. And I'm not saying that the other DAWs won't do the same MIDI commands that I use Ableton Live for. It's just what fits me in my situation better. And so in future videos, we are going to be going into depth in Ableton Live. But I just want to cover off other DAWs if you're new to backing tracks and don't know where to start looking. Ableton comes as a package deal, a one-time payment, and it can be quite expensive. If we look at Pro Tools, for example, it's a monthly subscription, so it can be more manageable if that's the way you want to go. but I would highly suggest that you start looking into purchasing Ableton Live. There's some great ways of getting it a little bit cheaper with their light version. I've got the full version and that's what I'll be going into more depth with. If you found this video useful at all, please remember to subscribe, hit that like button, and hit the bell notification so you can be notified the next time I upload a video. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers. Not really more important, it's exactly the same.